price of Bitcoin just broke $22,000. It's currently breaking out quite significantly right now, and we've been discussing this move on the channel all week, and I'm so pleased that it's paid off because right now I've got my long positions back open on the price of Bitcoin, and BYBIT, as per usual, not working completely correctly on my computer, but that's because my computer is got this many tabs open on a few different screens. Now, if we get back to the point, we've got $4 of profit on the Bitcoin trade. On the Algorand trade that I mentioned in yesterday's main video, that's now up $2,000, and the Link trade right here, you can see, is now $374 in profit. So combined, they have some nice profits on the table right now, but the question is, do we take them? And the answer to that, from my perspective right now, is no. The move right now for Bitcoin is not complete. So let's look at where we expect the price of Bitcoin to head from here. And currently we're looking at the 1 hour chart, but really I need to go over to the daily chart to explain how high I think this can go, because essentially now we've popped the top of this resistance level. Ignore the CME gap. If I bring up the CME chart right here to show you where that gap is currently sitting in comparison to Bitcoin's current price, you can see that we have a gap in Bitcoin's price right here. This is a CME gap, but ignore it. I don't think this is going to close. I've been saying it all week. I think that this gap up here is going to close, and that means Bitcoin's price is going to go boom straight to the upside. We've got a couple of levels of resistance that we need to contend with, but as you can see here, looking at the depth in the order book, we don't have a whole lot of resistance from my perspective anyway right now. The other thing that I'd like to point out is if we drop back down onto a lower time frame and look at how we performed on the VWAP. I pointed this out the other day, and I don't think many of you actually believed me, but look again, the VWAP touches the bottom band right here. And I said at that point in time, look, I'm opening my long position. We opened it at those levels and boom, straight back to the upside. I was bullish all along, and I'm pleased to be seeing these profits coming in right now. And if you're happy as well, please do slap a like on today's video. We are trying to get to over 500 likes. I'd like to hit 600 likes on today's video. So let's try and get 600 likes. And if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. We have a lot of success here on the channel talking about cryptocurrencies, learning about cryptocurrencies, but at the same time, I've been trading this stuff now since 2013. So I've got a lot of experience doing that kind of thing. And we have generally a lot of success when it comes to the trading aspect and, of course, predicting the price of Bitcoin. So slap a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, back to the point of the video right now. Is Bitcoin going to continue to rally upwards over the course of this evening? I think the simple answer to that is yes. Ultimately, where is the next key level of resistance for Bitcoin? Well, that's what I'm going to show you right now, because of course it's not going to be a straight line to the upside, or at least it's unlikely, but my next target for Bitcoin would be the next key level of resistance, which is sitting at approximately this level right here, and this level is approximately $22,693, so about $22,700. And if we break $22,700, again, it should be fairly plain sailing all the way up to about $28,000. As ridiculous as that sounds, I believe Bitcoin is on the cusp of a fairly big move right now. And providing we don't fail in this attempted breakout, because again, the hourly candle yet has not closed. It's important to point out, look, this hourly candle breakout right here, it has not closed yet. And as it's not closed, just be careful. Don't get carried away. Wait for that hourly candle to close and get that breakout confirmed. And at the point where that breakout is confirmed, we boys are going, and girls, because we do have like 1% of the viewers of this channel are girls. So we might be going to the moon at that point in time. Again, so have a like and subscribe, especially if you're a girl. I do appreciate there's some big girls watching my content and getting involved in the cryptocurrency space. It shouldn't be necessarily a male-dominated space. Now, again, looking back at the price of Bitcoin, everything is going well there. When it comes to the price of Ethereum, again, everything going well. Ethereum has broken our target level here at $1,600, currently trading at $1,635. And on Ethereum, my targets remain pretty similar. However, Ethereum has got another level of which it needs to break, which would be this up here at about $1,673. So that would really be the target for this move to the upside right now, would be around $1,673. But a confirmed breakout above $1,673 would, in theory, take the price of Ethereum all the way up to at least $1,800. So it should be up at these levels right here. And so yeah, I'm currently long on the cryptocurrency markets, and I'm pretty excited about them. The other thing that I want to check in on today is the price of TAP, because something interesting is happening with the price of TAP right now. TAP is consolidating in this range here. We had, again, as I explained, a big sell-off in this period. When we had that big sell-off, a lot of people that wanted to take profits took profit in that period. And as we've seen since, we've consolidated a bit of buying, bit of selling, bit of buying, bit of selling. That's good news, especially when you start looking at the order book right now and you see the order book is thick with buys, everything above 1 million pretty much in the order book. At the same time, again, we have some more sells, but this is pretty much how it looked in terms of the order book of about a week ago, whereby before the crash, again, after the crash, it takes a while for that liquidity to restore. I pointed that out in yesterday's video. I said, look, it's going to be volatile, but look what's happened. So we had the crash. We were very volatile while liquidity was low. Liquidity has increased. The price has been squeezed. And at what point do we expect the next price move? Well, essentially, currently we are bull penanting outwards. It's pretty simple as far as TAP analysis goes right now. We're pretty much bull penanting outwards, and that bull pennant I would expect to break to the upside at some point. So as soon as we start trading above the level with a 1 hour close above the level of about 74 satoshis, which will be right here, as soon as TAP starts trading above 74 satoshis, wouldn't surprise me to see it coming up and retest that all-time high that it's set for the period. I think not an all-time high. Again, let's just zoom out on the chart to give some perspective to all of these moves right now. If we go over to the daily chart, zoom out, yeah, it's a nice straight line to the upside, but actually put it into perspective, it's really nothing compared to where it has been in the past. Its actual all-time high on TAP is about 2,978 satoshis, which is pretty gosh darn high, especially compared to where the current price is. And I still feel like there is an awful lot of price growth left to be had in the price of TAP. Now, after I posted this video today, I'm also going to be going live on my main channel. So please go over to my main channel, subscribe to that. And then we can have a live stream. I'll talk about the price of Bitcoin. I'll talk more about my trades and what I intend to do with those things. But essentially right now, TAP looks bullish. The price of Bitcoin looks bullish. The price of Ethereum looks bullish. And one of the other things to point out today is that the DXY is continuing its decline. And at the point whereby, and I've pointed this out in the past, the point whereby we break below this lower white line here, let me just zoom out on the chart and show you exactly what happens. Here, the bull market begins. This was back in 2017, 2016. When the DXY is falling, Bitcoin's price is rising. When the DXY is rising, Bitcoin's price is falling. Again, vice versa, you can see this was the entire bear market, but at this point in time, if we lose this downtrend right now, again, this downtrend is not actually correctly plotted. I mean, it's a long-term downtrend is this, or rather trend line. If we go up to the weekly chart, maybe I can get a bit more perspective on this and actually plot it correctly. Let's just get in here and actually plot this line so it's 100% correct. If we go like that, I mean, that should basically it. So basically the target on the DXY to confirm the bull market will be a breakdown of approximately 2% more. So if this falls 2% more, then we're in the bull market, boys, and the price of everything, doesn't really matter what it is, it's going to rise. And again, checking back in on the price of Bitcoin, this is heading nicely to the upside. Checking back in on my current open trades, they are, again, oh wow, that Bitcoin trade is doing well right now, 4,700 in profit. So combined between this lot here, I've got about maybe $7,000 on the board right now in terms of profit, which is fantastic, given in yesterday's video, if you just look at yesterday's video, like you can see, I've got a loss on those trades. I opened them a little bit too early. I was a bit overzealous, I would describe my trading. Again, it just tend to be a little bit overzealous. I see what's going to happen, and then I enter, but perhaps not always at the correct point. Now, I entered that position early, but that position is now significantly in profit, so that is fantastic. And if you made a profit this week on the price of cryptocurrencies, slap a like on today's video. It's been a fantastic week yet again. Like 3 amazing weeks in a row at this point. The market seems to be changing. The sentiment is changing. People are flipping back bullish. And as I've explained before, look, if Bitcoin's price continues to rise, it doesn't necessarily need a whole lot of buying pressure. In fact, what it needs is short pressure from closing. And as you can see right now, the funding rate on BYBIT is minus 0.01%. This means there are more people short on the price of Bitcoin than there are long. Ultimately, I believe that those short positions, because they're all opened at these levels down here, the majority was still short down here, and it was still a negative funding rate because everyone was shorting. Now those short positions are in a significant loss. They didn't have time to close, or rather they didn't close during this pump up recently. Because they didn't close during this pump up, I believe that the point where we start breaking this next key level of resistance on the price of Bitcoin, what we actually see is called cascading liquidations. And if we see cascading liquidations on the price of Bitcoin, that is ultimately what caused us to go down in the first place. If we zoom out a little bit on the price of Bitcoin, one of the reasons why the price of Bitcoin declined from $30,000 here all the way down to here in such a short period of time was cascading liquidations. Now, these were people that were long on the price of Bitcoin because it looked like it was going to recover, but then FTX collapsed. And when FTX collapsed, everyone got liquidated. At the same time right here, look, if the market goes bullish and everybody's been shorting in this level right here, when they close those short positions, to close a short position, you must buy back into the market. And if you have majority people shorting an asset and all those people have to buy back that asset in order to pay off the debt in their position, you end up with artificial buying demand that pushes the price of Bitcoin up in a straight line, which is why I've been predicting for a while now we get a move all the way back up to about $28,000 to fill that CME gap. So if you agree with my theory right now, slap a like on today's video as well. I'm interested to know your thoughts, so please do leave them in the comment section below. What a fantastic day it's been for Bitcoin trading, everything to do with the TNG channels. So yeah, subscribe, check out the links in today's video description. Of course, if you are interested in trading, there are some lovely training bonuses down there right now. If you sign up to BYBIT, you get up to $30,000 for free. You've got to deposit a lot and trade a lot to get that. But if you don't have a lot of money, again, still well worthwhile checking out. Just learning to trade as a skill, you can do pretty well. Like, just to give you an idea of the amount of money that it takes to make money, I also want to point out, like, I've got $26,000 in this position here, and I've made approximately 18% on that, and I'm really using pretty low leverage as far as that's concerned. I'm not using a whole lot of leverage. At the same time, this Algorand trade right here, I've only got $2,000 into it, and I've already made $2,000. So it depends on the kind of trading that you take and the risks that you take, but it is well worthwhile learning that skill, and that's why at the end of today's video, you should click on the trading tutorial. That'll tell you more about trading, how I trade, and kind of trading techniques, stuff like that, and also how to use these particular exchanges. So check it all out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. This